Today I'm making the transform Pokemon, Ditto. I am so excited because have you heard of the new game Pokopia that's coming out? You play as Ditto transformed into a human, and it is the cutest, most coziest thing ever. In the game, you're creating these amazing habitats that attract different types of Pokemon, and then you learn moves from these Pokemon to restore and rebuild the land. It's kind of like Animal Crossing, where you are building different things like furniture and roads just to make everything beautiful. And I just really love this type of game. All right, I have a bunch to show you, so let's get started.
Okay, I've got exactly 2 9-inch square cakes ready to go, and these are all I have because I didn't want to make a third batch, so we're gonna just have to make this amount of cake work. Also, I baked these cakes the night before and froze them, so they're still cold and in the process of thawing out right now. First, I'm leveling both cakes by cutting the dome off the tops so they're nice and flat. And those extra cake tops, those are actually the best part because I'm gonna be snacking on those. You don't have to do this, but I'm also trimming off the thinnest bit off the bottom to remove that caramelization. It's not a huge deal, but I just don't like seeing that when I cut into it later. Now, this part gets a little bit tricky since I only have these 2 cakes, but I need to cut them so I can stack them into Ditto's shape. On my first cake, I'm cutting it with 6 inches on one side and the remaining 3 inches on the other. Same idea goes for the second cake, except this one is 5 inches and 4 inches. Just to show you what I'm working with, I'm going to stack them up from largest to smallest. Ditto is already taking shape here, I can already see it. Now I'm laying my first layer onto my cake board, and then I'm piping a buttercream dam.
I like using this Exacto coupler for this rather than the Wilton one that you get at the craft store, because the Wilton one has a little notch on it, whereas the Exacto one is a perfect circle.
After piping the dam, I fill it with buttercream up to the top, and that way all the buttercream layers will be nice and even. Then we just keep going, stacking each layer from biggest to smallest with buttercream in between each layer. And there we go, we're all stacked. Once everything is assembled, the cake gets wrapped in plastic wrap and popped into the refrigerator to chill. Once the cake is cold, we're ready to carve it into the shape of Ditto. When carving, go slow and cut a little at a time. Ditto is basically just a blob shape that's thinner at the top and sides. So I hold up my template to the cake and slowly carve away that excess to get the general shape. Once I have the basic form, I switch to a smaller knife to refine it. Some areas need a little more volume, so I made cake pop filling using the scraps. I picked out the cake pieces without too much caramelization on them and mixed them with some leftover buttercream. The sprinkles in the cake turned the mixture kind of gray. I usually say to use vanilla cake for this, but it's okay, it still tastes great. Use that filling to bulk up the top and sides or anywhere you feel that it's needed until Ditto looks nice and chunky. Once I'm happy with the shape, it's time for the chocolate ganache. I have the recipe already here on my channel if you need it. You can use buttercream instead. In fact, my husband said he prefers buttercream over ganache. But I use ganache because it sets into a firm shell that's easy to smooth and decorate on. I smooth it with a flexible plastic smoother, then finish it off with a hot offset spatula until it looks nice and clean.
You need this much fondant, it's 2 pounds, which is more than enough. You could also use modeling chocolate if you prefer. In fact, I usually use modeling chocolate. I was just out this time, so either one will work.
If you look at Ditto, the inside of the mouth is dark red, so I rolled out some red fondant really thin, and then I cut it into a rough rectangle shape, and then attached it where the mouth will be. Honestly, the red and the ganache are super close in color, so if I made this again, I'd probably just skip this step. Now we can cover Ditto in purple fondant. Quick question for you, some Dittos look pink and some look purple. Why is that? Is it pink or purple? I'm going with purple since Ditto is purple in Pokopia. I'm brushing the cake lightly with water, avoiding the mouth area. Then I roll out a thin sheet of purple fondant, making sure to dust with cornstarch first. I lift the sheet and place it onto the front of the cake, smoothing it with the palms of my hands so it sticks. I feel that it would be too difficult to cover the entire cake in one sheet, so I'm trimming the fondant in a line right along that top edge. And then I'm also trimming along the bottom edge of the cake too. Then repeat the same process of rolling out the fondant and placing it on the back of the cake. Then you'll want to trim this piece right along the edge we already cut, and then gently push those seams together. The fondant needs smoothed. I like using a flexible plastic smoother for oddly shaped cakes like this. Also, if you rub a tiny bit of shortening along the seam, it helps blend the two seams together and looks much cleaner. Almost finished. I bring the template back out and mark where the mouth goes. Then I cut the fondant with my Exacto knife, and then I pull the fondant away to reveal the red underneath. I love that part, it's so satisfying. Finally, I add the pink fondant tongue and 2 black fondant circles for the eyes. And there we have it, Ditto transformed into a cake. Will you be playing Pokemon Pokopia when it comes out? And we can't forget to cut it. Now that is a perfect cut.
Thank you all for watching today. I really appreciate it. If you would like to try making this cake at home, you can find all the links to supplies and recipes down in the description box. All right, I'll see you guys next time. Bye, everybody.